We're gonna I have Ahlene with me here, and Vaughn has an awesome story to share. So basically, he just hit 10 grand per month with his detailing business, and I thought I want to get him on the interview to basically to share about like his story, where he came from, and all of that. So one thing I really like about you, Vaughn, is like number one, you live in a really small town in Colorado called Buena Vista, and I think I looked it up. It was like a 2,000 population or something. Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean,
2,000.
it's a pretty small town. Like, I think the whole county in general is about 20,000 people, and my town, yeah, is about 2,500 people.
I looked it up, and then apparently, like, there's a lot of like young professionals live in your like in live
Yeah,
in your area, and that also I think that sort of like contributes a lot of like how you can like make this successful. And one thing really cool is like no one in the program uses Dr. Beasley coatings, and
yeah.
you're the only person that I know that use that coatings, and seems like it's a really good coating because I've saw some pictures and it looks really cool.
Yeah, no, it's actually like a really cool system. They have these cool like nano surface primers that kind of correct and then prime for the coating, so there's no need for a panel wipe.
Mhm.
Uh, like their primers kind of work in with like the coatings. So yeah, it's a cool system that I found, I think.
Mm. Yeah, like
And like the other thing that's cool with them too is like in like they offer like a service life. Like they'll back the coating for like 5 years, 7 years, or like a whole like lifetime, which has like really helped me, I think, make more sales because people like that like warranty factor that come with it.
Yeah, like we can talk a little bit about like that as well. Okay, so now like pretty much like when did you start? When did you join? I think it was end of like last year or something.
Yeah, it was toward the end of last year, and like I had been mobile. I kind of had like a mobile detail business here in the area, and it had just kind of started taking off. And I was kind of at that point where, should I jump into this full time, or what can I do? And I started kind of getting into the coatings and saw how much like revenue those could bring in, and then decided, well, it actually kind of fell in my lap. I had a friend here in town who was bought like a local building here that had two shop bays like available for rent. So I just went into it all. I put everything I had. I quit my full time job and just went into it. And it's just grown. It's just taken off since I've done that.
Got it. So like you joined like at the end of like last year, and then like now at this time of recording this video, now it's like the first of April. So pretty much like about three and
Mhm.
a half months. So you went from like $3,000 per month to like $10,000 per month in probably in 3.5 months. That's really like a
Mhm.
significant growth. So let's bring us back all the way before you found me out. So how was life like before you found me out? How was life like you? Because like I remember like you were working at a full time job, and you
Well,
were.
yeah. So yeah, I had a full time job as like a building like maintenance guy. I was doing maintenance, working on buildings and stuff, and I had always enjoyed like detailing cars. And once the coronavirus hit, like the place that I worked kind of shut down. And having a wife and son, I just like needed something that I could still do to provide for my family. So I invented the wash lab, and it just kind of took off from there. Um, when I started out, I was doing the detailing 1.0, where I was not getting the best of clients or cars, and like offering, stuff at discount rates just to get services. But as I slowly learned more and progressed, I saw like I kind of wanted to do more of the higher end stuff and found the coatings. And then it just kind of took off from there. I got serious about it, and I'm like, I just now recently got certified for my certified what is it, like the certified detailer through like the international Detailers Association,
The IDA.
and then I'll take my skills validation here in June. There's like a testing for it here in Denver that I'll do, so I'll be fully like certified by them. Which, I mean, like some people that's not a big deal, but like for me, whenever I've always done something in my life, I always just want to be the best at it. So and I feel like with the codings and stuff, like people see that certification and it just gives you that much more credibility.
Got it. Okay, so now, so how did you find me out, by the way?
So yeah, I mean, honestly, like I popped up, it was Facebook, one of your Facebook ads popped up, and I had actually kind of read it and I saved it, and I didn't do anything for about a week or two, and then notification actually popped up in Facebook that's like, hey, you have an unread saved post. And so I went back through and read it and kind of like actually watched like the video that you have, like I think it's like the 29-minute video or something like that. And I actually kind of learned more about you and kind of like saw what you could offer, and that you were actually like a legitimate source for someone like me who wants to grow. And I'd actually kind of been friends with another guy who was in your group, Mike. And
Yeah. I think like Mike
yeah,
like put in a good word for me, and then that made you like hop into a call or something.
yeah, so I kind of reached out to Mike and was like, hey, what is this guy all about? And he kind of gave like a good vouch for you, and I just signed up for the call, and it went from there. So and honestly, it's like the best thing I've ever done, man. Like my website is like really the best thing that I mean, it's helping me so much. I get like not daily ceramic leads, but I'm getting like inquiries for like details, for like premium, like my like premium packages and pre-sale packages that are priced in like the higher $400 and $500 range. So those are coming in daily, and it's like nicer cars. I've just built, like, I feel like you've helped me build like a highly converting like leads, like a lead generator for me, and I'm still like learning, as you've kind of helped me tweak my landing page a little bit. And yeah, I mean, I still have a lot to learn, but I just am blown away by where I am now compared to where I was at the end of last year, for sure.
Got it. So now on the call, now what made you like pull the trigger and sign up?
I don't know. I guess it was just something like I'm the type of person that either I get a good feeling about you or I don't, and I got a good feeling from you. You were a straight shooter. You told me what you can offer and how you can do it, and you gave me some examples of people you've worked with, and like a lot of it is on me. You provide the pathway to get there, but it's like a lot of it is up to me to follow that path. And if you do follow that path, I think you can be very successful.
100%. Okay, so now when you join, so now like how long did it take from you to like go from like when you joined to like quitting your job? And so what are your thoughts for making that leap? Now the reason for asking is that because a lot of guys who like do this part-time, and they feel like they can't really like take the leap to jump at this full-time.
Sure.
So now, what was your thought behind like okay, now it's time, I feel comfortable with like making this like a full-time thing?
Well, for me, I was getting to the point where I was booking people too far out, like just doing it part time. I could only really work certain days after I got off work, and then on the weekends. And having a family, it was getting to the point where I was like working 7 days a week. And I mean, while I understand like you have to make sacrifices in like the beginning to get where you want to be. But yeah, it was just to the point where I was getting like enough business where I felt comfortable taking that leap. And I mean, like currently I'm booked. I'm starting to book May right now. Yeah, I'm like almost fully booked for April. And like to me, it's just crazy. Like I have people constantly stopping by my shop, like converting on my website, sending me Facebook messages, Instagram. I'm constantly updating my social medias and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, it was just, I think it was just to the point where I was getting enough business where I either needed to, jump all in or not.
So pretty much like you find yourself like spreading yourself into a thing, and
Yeah.
like now it makes sense, and you feel comfortable by doing so just because like you have a lot of like your calendar is pretty much like full.
Yeah. And I mean, there was definitely a lot of like nerves in the beginning, it was something new, and but it's the best decision I think I've ever made. Like I wake up in the morning, I look forward going to work. Like I've never really had that before, so it's kind of a cool thing to feel.
Like not one person that I know that like jumped at this full time and did not regret it. Like it's
Sure.
just like making that leap. Because just
Yeah.
because like being self-employed, like you sort of lose a lot of like those like being employed benefits like health insurance and all of that. But being on your own is like it's such an amazing feeling.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's like nothing like it for sure.
Mm. Okay, so now and how's like the and how's the pathway that you go through now? How like do you find it difficult or do you find it easy? Like just talk us through a little bit of about your pathway that we set our goal like from the beginning of our call all the way to like get all the way until now like you're making like 10 grand per month. So how was like the
Yeah, I
pathway?
mean, there's definitely hard work involved. I mean, there's days where I just finished up a pro coating on the 2021 Chevy Silverado, and the guy's son had like taken it to the car wash trying to be nice, and just took the brush and like scraped it like very bad. So I spent 2 whole days like correcting the paint, and so that, and being like a one-man show like me, like there's days, yeah, where I'm still putting in 10 or 12 hour days, but to me it's worth it. Like I'm not working for somebody else, I'm working for me. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely trials and stuff to go through, but it doesn't seem that like it's like a difficult thing because it's working towards something that you're passionate about. So well, yes, there has been like difficult steps, but like it hasn't been anything that's like made me not want to pursue it or anything, obviously, because I'm here. um but yeah, I mean, it's not easy by any means, but I think that's part of the fun, is just like learning how to do all this.
Mm. Let's talk about like codings for a second. So now before you started on the program, what coding were you using?
I was kind of more into like the atoms graphene ceramic coating, and I had kind of messed around with like the G technique little bit. um but yeah, I kind of like discovered like the Dr. Beasley's, and then I reached out to them, and like they've been like nothing but helpful to me, and like been very supportive of my business, and they've been a great uh like company to partner up with for sure.
So before you found out Dr. Beasley, how much were you charging before you signed up the program?
So anywhere between like I don't know, 7 to like 1,200 was my highest one
Mm.
at the time.
And now like how much was your highest? Because you just booked a job for like 2,500, right?
Yeah, so this last one I got was like 2,500. Yeah, it
Oh
like
shit.
was originally 2,000, and then once he brought it in and I saw the paint work, and I explained to him, if we're gonna apply the pro coating on this truck, the surfaces need to be pristine. And with your son doing that with the brush, we're gonna need to correct the paint. So that's where the additional $500 came from, was for the paint correction.
Got it. So now how like what obstacles like do you face when it comes to like charging like $800 to like $2,500? Like
Sure.
is there any obstacles that you face trying to like charge that amount?
I mean, I'm getting to the point now that I have all these, steps put in place that it's almost like, people realize that there's like an initial investment and like, uh, you know, um, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, there's definitely like something, you have to like follow your plan for the sales pitch and everything. But I mean, once you have all these systems in place, people almost don't even like worry about the price. Like,
So like,
they see your work, they know what you offer, and yeah, they ask about it, but it's not like their ultimate point of the conversation. As I progress, I like notice more and more of that. Uh, More so for the detail packages too. Like, I have people who call me and just say, "Hey, I've seen your work on your website. When can I book my appointment?"
mm,
And like, they don't even ask about price. But yeah, like in regards to in the coatings, yeah, I mean, the price objections are still gonna happen, but I mean, as I move forward and more, it becomes less and less, I notice.
mm, got it. So are you using my sales, like my sales script and my sales process to like close
I
those
mean, like,
deals?
yeah, I mean, definitely for the first, when I was first starting out, I mean, I like had your whole sheet, like I'd get everything lined out for like the sales calls. And um I was finding myself to get a little nervous and like be like a little like more like scripted, like I felt like you could tell like it was scripted. So like, I just practiced a bunch, just like reading the stuff over and over and over again until it just kind of came second nature. And like, honestly, now, like, once you're like knowledgeable in in like the ceramic coatings enough, it's just like having a conversation with somebody. You're basically educating on them, and they want to be educated most of the time on why they're investing in the product. And so, yeah, I found it's just more about having like a knowledge filled conversation with them.
That's always like how how it should be sold, like how people should like book it. It's not like you're trying to sell them. It's more like you're just having like a conversation that find out like what they want, and just see like whether or not like which packages actually suit them. The problem with like most details though is like they always give the pricing too early at the point, and then because like if someone doesn't really fully understand what they are gonna get out of it, any price point is expensive. So what's like one thing like I made sure that people do like in the program is like they make sure that they have to give their prices at the right time, because if you give the right prices at the wrong time, like you're going to like lose the sale pretty much.
Sure, sure. And I've definitely noticed that. Definitely what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I've caught myself doing those exact things of saying the price way too soon, and I think I've scared some customers off, here in like the initial phases, when before I started your program. And then I definitely saw like a huge increase like once I got more of the script down and kind of how to work the customer through the flow of just generating or getting them knowledgeable on your service and product, really.
Mm, got it. Okay, so now let's get into the codings for a bit. So now, why Dr. Beasley? Why not like G Technique? Why not like IGL? Why not like System X or like these bigger brands? Why did you choose
Sure.
like Dr. Beasley?
Well, honestly, I found them. I forget exactly. I think it was on Instagram. I found them, and I went to their website. And the more I read about them, the more their mission and product just speak to how my business wanted to be ran. They all their products are made here in the U.S. They're tested and made in like the Chicago area, so they have really harsh winters like we do here in Colorado. So I like wanted a product that was very capable of standing up to that kind of environment that we face here in Colorado. And then as I was kind of speaking earlier, they have this like whole system, how their coatings work together. That's kind of like symbiotic of each other. You have the nano surface primers that correct and then prime the paint. And then you have your coating builder that you put down that further creates more cross-linking bonds for the coating to bond to the clear coat. And then so after you do your coating builder, then is when you actually apply the coating. And just the way the system all works together, I like found it to be like just what I was like looking for, and nobody was really offering it in the area. So to try and be a little bit different than people, I just kind of wanted to go with them. And then the other aspect was like they have like the service life warranties that they offer through their authorized installers, which I am an authorized installer, so I can offer the service life warranties in terms of like 5 years, 7 years, or 25 plus years for the lifetime. And then the lifetime coating actually has like properties of like self-healing against like minor like light scratching. So it's kind of a cool selling point that some people like enjoy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think it was a great company to work with, and it's been nothing but great for me joining up with them. So
It's interesting because like you're like it's like a three-step kind of like a coding system.
yeah.
Most coding is like just like one step and that's about it. Sounds like it's very similar to Modesta, because Modesta, like you need to like lay on like a primer before putting like BCO5 or something like on top of it. Like yeah, like sounds like a really like awesome product to be endorsed with.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like I said, it's been nothing but great for me, and I think my customers really enjoy it, and yeah, I mean, it's been great.
Got it. So now about your 10 grand a month. So how did you get to like 10 grand per month?
So it was mostly through like coatings and then my premium and pre-sale packages. Like, are you talking about specific packages, like how I made the money, or like how I guess?
Yeah, it's like how did you generate like the work to basically to hit like 10 grand per month?
So it was through the use of through your class, like the Facebook targeting and like marketing through like creating like the ceramic coating leads and then leading them to the landing pages and having them convert into like leads that you then follow up with.
So how many percent would you say like it comes from like Facebook ads?
Of the coatings?
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's where I get all pretty much. Well, I'd say a good like 80% of the coatings come from Facebook.
Got it. So it's kind of interesting because like even before we did the tweak of like your previous like landing page, people are still converting in that landing page. Just like, but we just make some tweaks. Then afterwards, it converted a lot better.
Yeah, like it was like I was saying, man, like I was, it had been maybe 3 or 4 weeks since I was getting any like really like, good leads through there, and then I reached out to you to see what I could do. And just doing the suggestions you gave me, I already had a lead the following day. So I mean, it just kind of like surprised me. I mean, just kind of doing like the little tweaks that you suggested, how it can like make an effect like that.
It is because like I always think about like how people like when they click like when they click on like your ad, like what's the first like thing that they are going to see. And when I like boil down like this, like if you just put the video up like right at the top, like it make a lot more sense. And afterwards, you explain like the benefits, especially like if you change because on your previous landing page it was very messy, and that's one thing that I noticed. It's like it's very hard to read. And then we wasn't
Sure.
that add more qualifiers on the questions. And that's what I find. And because if someone's like really serious of booking their cousin, they're gonna fill out all those questions and give you as much information as possible. Where compared to like if some tire geeker just want to like get some information, they're just gonna randomly like just like feel like things out, and you can sort of feel like a lead. You can feel like if that person is gonna close or not based on like the quality of like the questions that they fill it out.
Sure. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, okay. So now, what like so like for guys that who are also like in the program and also guys who are not in the program, what is your advice for them to basically to help them to like grow their business?
You just got to keep grinding. I think that's like one of the biggest things is you just got to keep after it and just like, I think one of the biggest things for me has been just letting your work speak for itself too. Posting up like all those coded vehicles to target those clients that you're after. And then just being like consistent, giving consistent results to your customers, and then posting like consistent pictures on all your like social medias, and then just like making sure that website is just like the best it can be, really. I think that's the ultimate goal, is to build like a highly converting website. I mean, that's honestly like the big thing for me. Like I was saying, like earlier, people call and they like, hey, I saw your work on the website. Like, when can I book my appointment?
Exactly. That's because like we don't like the thing about our business is that we don't really have like we don't like we get most of the customer most of our customers online, and by your online presence by itself, if it looks really like I don't want to say this, but it looks really grimy. Like you're gonna get all like the grimy like customers, but however, if you put like a lot of high quality pictures and stuff, you post a lot like awesome
Sure.
cars, it's gonna like attract like those kind of customers, and that's what a lot of people they don't understand. It's like if you post really dirty interior pictures, that's what you're gonna get. Where compared to if you post really awesome high quality pictures that every every picture that I so every pictures that I take is all from my DSLR. And
Sure.
and when I put it through like Lightroom and edit that, take some time to edit that to make sure all the lighting is good and stuff. It attracted a lot of like those like high end customers because like that's what they like.
And I would agree. Yeah. Like I would say like I've kind of like, here within the last month, I would say I've officially transitioned from detailing 1.0 to detailing 2.0. And it feels good, man. Like I'm getting like nicer cars. I'm getting the Audis, like I'm getting the the GMCs, like the Yukons, just like brand new cars. Like people are like bringing me because they want them protected. And like the details that I'm getting, it's not like they're not trash. Like I'm not spending 6 to 8 hours like shampooing carpets. So it's been awesome, and like I don't feel bad like turning down the trashed out interiors. I don't feel bad quoting them like an outrageous amount of price because I don't really want to do it. And if they say yes, cool, I get the money. And so it's kind of cool to be in that position.
Exactly. So now, what are your next steps from here? So now, how do you plan to like scale it up?
Well, I want to try and just be consistent here for the next few months. I want to try and be at that consistent 10K mark, I think. And then from there, I'd kind of maybe like to ponder the idea of hiring somebody, because I'm already to the point now where it's getting kind of tough to do all of this
Yeah, it
and
is.
still provide the level of service that I'd like to provide. So I think if I want to get to that 20 or 30K a month mark, I think like adding help is going to be like my next step.
I really like your branding. At first, like I was like Watch Lab, but you know what? You put it off that's the really cool thing, because like now like I'm really digging like the name like Wash Lab. It's freaking cool. So like just by having like that awesome like brand down, like when it comes to hiring, like in week 6, like if you go to like all like the hiring training, like there's no doubt like you will be able to hire like some like awesome help. So probably like from what I've seen across the board, probably one or two employees, 2 employees plus yourself, you can easily scale it up to like 40 grand, around like 40 to 50 grand per month. Really that simple. And as long as
I mean, I would love to get there.
like you focus on the codings and not like do like the low end jobs, like it's pretty easy to like get to like that point.
Sure. Heck yeah. Well,
Awesome,
yeah, I
man.
mean, that's the ultimate goal, man. That's the ultimate goal, definitely, is to build myself a little empire here.
Exactly. Once you did that, we will hop into another interview to see like to share a story on how you get from like 10 grand a month to like 40 grand per month. That'll be a pretty awesome story to share.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. And yeah, I just appreciate all of your help and guidance through all this, man. It's been awesome. Like I said, uh, I'm glad that I signed up for the course, and it's just been probably the best thing that I have ever done for myself.
Sounds good. Awesome, man. All right. So like I'm gonna link your website up as well. So like that way, like I can give you a bit of like SEO boost.
Okay.
Because like I've run a lot of traffic to my website. Just having that backlink on your backlink on your SEO, the back end is gonna help a lot.
Awesome. Yeah,
Awesome, man.
that's great.
So like it's like how do people get in touch with you if they want to learn more, if they want to know more about your business and learn more about your business? How do they get in touch with
Yeah.
you?
So they could go to my website at www.washlabdetailing.com, or they could email me too at washlabcontact@gmail.com.
Awesome.
And then, like, if you visit my website, I mean, all my contact information is on there too. So that's probably the best way to find me.
Sounds good.
Or Facebook or Instagram as well. I'm on all the social medias.
I prefer contact people like someone like through like social media. Like whenever I contact someone through email, I feel like it's very formal, and it's not so much of like you can't really see like the person like on like the other side. Like compared to like social media, you can actually see like the face of that person.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mm. Also, man, thanks for hopping on to our interview today. And yeah, man, we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
man. All right, take care. All right, bye.
All right. See you, bud.